So, nuclear bombs. Very cool stuff, can destroy basically anything nearby. But what exactly is a nuke? A nuclear bomb, shortened to nuke, also called an atom bomb, is like a regular bomb. Except you really shouldn't stand anywhere near it because it's more like 100,000 bombs all put together. So how do you make a nuke? First you get this cool looking rock, it's called pitch blende. It's pretty rare, so maybe just steal it, I don't know. Okay, so you got the pitch blende now to just crush it up and throw some special acid onto it to dissolve the parts that we don't need. Now we have nice yellow powder, which looks really tasty, but please do not eat it. It is not as tasty as it looks. Melt it down and now we have uranium metal. If all of this was too complicated, you can buy some uranium objects off of eBay and melt it down directly into uranium. This is actually what the US government did to a company one time while building the first atomic bombs. Great, so we have uranium, but it actually comes in a bunch of different flavors. The most common form is U-238, which is radioactive, but just barely, so it kind of just sits there and isn't really crazy enough to explode on its own. We need the less common U-235 with slightly less mass and more silly tendencies. Unfortunately, 238 outnumbers 235 by about 140 to 1. We need that number to be closer to 1 to 1 for enough power. We need to somehow separate the 238 from the 235. This is called uranium enrichment. Simply put, just spin the uranium and keep doing that for a couple days, and then you'll have it mostly separated. Okay, so we have the stuff separated. What now? First, be careful around the U-235. If you get too much too close together, the atoms will have too many friends and will explode on its own. Roughly 60 kilograms worth. This is called a critical mass. We don't want that. I mean, we do, but that's not here and not yet. Second, put the uranium into two halves of a ball so that the critical mass from earlier would be reached from putting the two parts together. This is very important. Do not put the two things together. Please wait a few more minutes. We will get there. Now we take them and put a bit of regular explosives behind the one side with a gap between them. Encase all of this in some sort of metal. It's easier to reach criticality if you use something called a neutron reflector, but they're also quite expensive. Neutron reflectors were the cause of a big problem in California one time. We had this sphere of plutonium and these guys put neutron reflectors around it to see what would happen. To make sure it never reached criticality, they made sure it was never completely encased with neutron reflectors by holding a little crack open using a screwdriver. This is the perfect plan. Whoa! Alright, now wrap all this in some metal and a mechanism to detonate it at a certain point, and we are ready to go use our new homemade nuke. Alright, we ready? 3, 2, 1. Beep! The explosives get set off, launching half the mass into the other half at high speeds. When they collide, the pressure is very great, so all the atoms are squeezed together. If you have one neutron from someplace, it can cause a chain reaction. The neutron will hit an atom of U-235, splitting it into two other atoms and releasing more neutrons, which collide into more U-235 atoms. We'll have 3, then 9, 27, 81, 243. Soon we will have so many neutrons and so much energy that the entire thing will just... Yeah, that's pretty cool.